Hello and welcome back, Voyagers. This is your Captain Amelia speaking. So now we're going to move on to part 3 of our 3-part series on the power of LinkedIn. We wanted you guys to have a LinkedIn Building 101 and get link-minded with HY Voyagers. So in the previous videos, we've talked about what LinkedIn is, why it's important, who uses it, and how to use it. We then started on building blocks of LinkedIn profiles and getting you started on filling up your profile with all the relevant information. And now we're going to finish that section up and move on to LinkedIn profile optimization. All right, so now we're going to talk about the headline. So the headline is found right under your name on the LinkedIn profile. This helps boost your impact, and it's often used for your job titles. So here you would put your current job titles and making them stand out. You can describe what they mean to you, have some details, and it does help you appear in searches and increase your SEO, search engine optimization, which we'll talk more about later. And this is your opportunity to get noticed by recruiters by seeing what your current positions are. Relevant hashtags, which we mentioned before, would go in this section. And this is very visible to recruiters, so ensure that it is visible by making sure your profile is public. And then building an about section. This is a section that would appear right under your headline and things in your profile. So you would do so by clicking on Add Profile Section. From here, you would click on Add an About section, and then you will get this edit box here. Here, you would do a first-person explanation of why you are where you are in your career, or what your goals are and how you maybe got the positions, things like that. This is a very important section of the LinkedIn profile. You want this to tell your story, the reason behind your professional career and your goals. You want to kind of explain what's next, what you're looking for in a way. So you want recruiters to see this and go, okay, this is where you are right now, but this is where you want to be. And then that might be an opportunity for them to reach out to you to help you obtain those goals and things like that. You are more than just your jobs and qualifications. So this is where you start to build a story and a narrative on your LinkedIn profile for everyone to understand a little more about you. Some useful tips for this section. You want to be crisp and clear to the point. This isn't an academic essay. You want to make sure that you're grasping your audience right away. Only the first 3 lines of this is visible, like off the cuff, and there then will be a little see more. You want to hook your audience so they click that see more. You want to have a mission. You want to have a goal, things like that. Which we can talk more about in different series coming up. You want to mention your skills and how they're relevant to the jobs you have or the jobs you would like to have. Tell you some of your accomplishments. And you need a call to action. You want the reader to have an awesome to the point summary of what drives you every day in your career choices. And next, we're going to talk about adding work experiences. So this would be under the same edit section. However, instead of going the about section, you'll click on add position. So this is where you would add previous positions. Then you would want to add education and qualifications as well. So that would be the schools you've attended, things like that. That is also an important section in that as well. And highlighting skills. So this is also an important section where you want to list your relevant skills. You can also connect these relevant skills to your position work when you're doing that editing as well. You want to avoid going overboard with your skills because there might be options for that skill, but it might not be relevant to what you're about or what your goals are. So make sure that your goals, skills are relevant to your goals. There's also an option to endorse skills, which I will mention in the next upcoming slides, which gives you a sense of credibility to your skills. There's also options on LinkedIn where you can have proficiency testing, so LinkedIn can verify those skills through these testings. So as university students or international students, this is a quick little guide as to relevant skills that you might want to add to your profile that would most likely relate to you, like English language proficiency, your research skills, your Microsoft Suite skills, which is like your PowerPoint, Word, etc., your cooperation skills. You often have to do group work, and time management, because having multiple assignments is a great way to showcase your time management skills. All right, and to endorsing skills. So here is a snapshot of a skills section on my personal LinkedIn profile through my father's account that I'm using. So here you can see that I have some counseling, endorsements, marketing skills. So here it'll show, consulting, my apologies, skills here. So you can see that I have had previous endorsements for my marketing skills through HY Voyagers. I also have my consulting skills through doing consultations with clients as well. So here, someone could endorse that skill, like my boss, Sabrina. She probably could if she looked at my LinkedIn profile, things like that. So you can ask your connections to give you some endorsements if they have seen you use these skills and effectively. So they act as references for your skills. So people and recruiters looking at your profile can see that you're not just lying or adding them in for no reason, because you want to be sincere and have some data to back up your claims. All right, now we're going to move on to sharing relevant content. So relevant content is a great way to stay up to date on LinkedIn. It brings engagement to your profile. If your business posts your content and shares, you can share your connections. So if you're working for a company and you have great content and your company shares it, that gives you extra exposure for other recruiters to see what you offer and how you're improving other companies, and that'll make them want to recruit you for future opportunities. Share things that inspire you. Post things that other connections you have might enjoy. You can tag them through, like most other social media platforms, which is a great way to gain extra exposure and show that you're thinking of other people as well, and it brings a whole well-roundedness to your personality and your professional portfolio. And make sure you interact with other people's content. Share, like, comment, reshare. You want to make connections with other people and stay relevant in your field. So that's a great way to do so on LinkedIn. You also want to create your own content. So by doing this, you also not only practice your own English proficiency and career skills, you also can share your thoughts and ideas with others and help them as well. You want to keep engagement and understand your growing narrative. So as you progress, sharing relevant content and creating content can show growth in your professional career. And people can see that, especially recruiters, and it shows that you have goals and you're practicing to obtain those goals. You can also share materials and accumulate them. Like if you're at work, maybe take a couple photos. Even if you're studying as a student, take some photos. If you find cool reference material outside your workplace, things like that is really great to share on LinkedIn. It really gains you traction and visibility, but it also is a good way to accumulate those resources for yourself. And it keeps people engaged. You want people to come back and check your profile and see what you have to say. It also gives a good chance for employers and recruiters to see your personal and Professional career maintained in a work-life balance. Sorry. Work-life balance is very important. Burnout is terrible. You want to show employers that you also take care of yourself and that you're not going to burn out by going 700 miles an hour when you shouldn't be. So it just really gives a well-rounded appearance to you. It helps build that personal brand, which we'll talk more about in later videos. So I'm going to show you how you would go to create content. So on your main dashboard or your home page, you will have that little bubble. It looks very similar to Facebook or Twitter, things like that. So you would start a post. You can start by typing content, or I clicked on photo. So here I uploaded a photo created by one of our lovely branding specialists, Kiki. She designed this logo. It says Unity in Diversity. You can't really see the whole thing with this particular screenshot, but here you can tag people. So I would tag the company HY Voyagers here on the photo. And then I'm adding my relevant content. I typed in for my father, my daughter, Amelia Bow. I did finish it. So you can tag individuals as well, not just companies, in these particular posts. So here you use the @ symbol, and then it'll pop down a menu of your connections or who you want to tag, and then you can do so. It's pretty straightforward and intuitive, but just in case you needed a little refresher how to do that. And once that's done, it'll ask you if you want to join or not for certain things, and then you will have your post, as you see here with the white arrow in the background. The post has been posted. And I mentioned staying present using content. Staying present on LinkedIn is very important. You want to actually use it and not just forget about it. You want traffic to increase by posting regularly. Leaves impressions for people to go back to your profile. You want, like I said, and you want to interact with other companies and other posts by individuals, like, comment, share, and make sure it's actually relevant and you're not just posting random comments. You want it to actually be engaging and sincere interactions. Recruiters can tell those types of things. And you want to stay relevant in your exposure, especially interacting with big influencers. So if they have lots of followers and lots of content posted all the time, and they have lots of people commenting and sharing their stuff, if you do as well, people will see that and you have a high chance of them clicking on your profile. You want to post content daily if possible, if not at least weekly, And you want to share, reshare, comment, and like. You cannot express this enough. It's very important to be engaged in the content and be present in your LinkedIn. Some relevant links and profiles to follow. As an international student or an international immigrant, you will probably want to follow in Canada, Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenships Canada. That's a great place to follow with content relevant to you. And you also might want to follow school and student associations. This one is through Laurentian University, which is a school that I've attended, and same with our founder, Sabrina. So that would be a relevant place to follow, and as well as the alumni associations and etc. Things like that. And you can also follow us on LinkedIn. We have relevant content posted very regularly and things we believe you guys would like to see. So here you would just search us in the search bar at the top, and then you would find our HY Voyagers page and follow us. If you go on our page, you can also see our website link, relevant videos that we've posted. We like to keep things fresh, so we suggest you check our profiles daily to see what else we might have up for you guys. And all of these likes for schools and following associations and companies will all show up on your interest section of your profile. So on your profile, if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see an interest section where you will have those things you're following. I'm also following Cambrian College because I'm a current student there. And there's also companies to follow, which HY Voyagers is one of. And using LinkedIn, you want to stay up to date. Like I said, don't forget about it. You want to stay active and relevant. And recruiters can tell how long you've been away from LinkedIn because LinkedIn will tell them if you've been active or not. So it kind of tattles on you a little bit, which encourages you to stay relevant and active on your profile. You want to learn your industry specific news and trends. You want to stay up to date. Things and technologies and other industries grow very quickly and very rapidly. So you want to make sure you're relevant and not falling behind on what is current. Like I said, you want to check daily if possible because things can pop up, if not at least weekly. Remember to edit and update your profile as things change in your life. We move on, we get new jobs, we have new experiences, we might gain new skills, have more volunteer work, win more awards. Life is crazy. So you want to start making sure you stay up to date so recruiters see the current you at that snapshot in time. Staying up to date also helps you practice your English skills, communication, writing, etc. And you want to build connections in your industry and your community all the time. So that way you build up great references, great connections for your futures and your career. So here you want to remember to stay up to date. You go to add profile section, and here it'll show you different areas that you can update. If you take courses, you have certifications, things like that. You really want to make sure you stay up to date and add all these additional things into your profile. If you have publications, if you have patents, things like that, you really, really want to make sure you fill in as many of these sections as possible when you can. You want them to be completely optimized, and this can boost a lot of visibility for you and keep you up to date. And speaking of optimization, this can really boost your visibility and, rank higher in the, they call it, sorry, I'm losing the word. Anyway, there's a specific term for it. Lost me right now, but you rank higher in search engines on LinkedIn. So an unoptimized profile, you might not show up as much and other people will take the spotlight, which you can lose opportunities. The algorithms on LinkedIn, you want to beat them by having powerful keywords that recruiters will use. You want to include these in your profile as much as possible, and it makes a huge difference for your visibility. You want your profile to reach its full potential. Like I said, the bare minimum won't cut it. Other people will show up more often than you, and you want your visibility to be optimized. So filling all those things in really helps your optimization. You want people to understand you more easily, and so staying relevant is great. So those keywords and trends will pop up and you'll stay relevant with the industry and you'll show up more often. You want your profile to stand out and showcase a personal brand. You want to make your profile so when someone sees it, they kind of get an essence of who you are, how you work. It kind of gives more to you. You're not just your qualifications. I always say that you are a person behind you. You have a personality. You interact with people. How you work with people is different as well. So you really want to showcase your personal brand by optimization. Like I said, relevant content like hashtagging, keywords with your profile. You want these to pop up as much as possible so you show up and get those opportunities because they're there. It's just making sure you don't lose them because of a poor LinkedIn profile. I want to thank you all again for listening to this nice series. If you haven't seen all of our videos, I suggest you go back in the playlist and watch the other 2 videos as well. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below or give us a message or email us at captains@hyvoyagers.com. You can also take a look at our website at hyvoyagers.com. Again, my name is Amelia. I am an intern and research coordinator at HY Voyagers, one of the captains, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And there are a few references here if you'd like to take a look at these. These are a lot of nice articles you might want to take a look at in regards to the content spoken about today. All right, thanks again and have a wonderful day. Bon voyage, Voyagers!